Like what changed it? So what makes it now that we're able to do it?
My impatience. Or what is Daniel referred to me as the emperor of patience.
Did he?
Adelant is at 100 meters altitude, stopping there. Also, our wire is getting a little close to the transom there.
Yeah, and
Really?
we're not really, it doesn't look like we're able to really track this line.
Yeah, I thought she would turn her heading. I don't know why.
I mean, she's got it lined up where it should be for the forces on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the folks who are asking a little bit more about the Ayanami, there's a question of if it was mapped or visited before, and if the location is just a theoretical one. So it was mapped during the 1991 to 1992 expeditions, but I don't believe it was visited to my knowledge. Roshi, do you know if Ayanami had ever been visited? I don't believe so.
Yeah, I don't believe I don't believe so too. Yeah.
Yeah. So the idea of these points that are archival researched is just referring to some of the coordinates and GPS points that we have from expeditions that occurred in the past, so in the early 90s. And some of those are later verified and were dove on and confirmed, and some of them had not been. So they're kind of loosely identified. But yeah, we're not visiting any sort of theoretical sites. All of the sites that we're targeting are either places that we have archival research from, sites that have been verified, or new finds that have been identified using our ship, our using our DRIX all right resolution sonar system, or another sonar system.
It asked me what cameras I wanted available on this touchscreen after he upgraded the
How's
firmware, and I said all of them. I'm regretting that
how's
choice.
that wire?
Sorry. Where's cam wire? Cam wire isn't here somewhere. There, there, here. Turn here.
Another question we have is if Herc will be remaining submerged, or if it has a max dive time, or has to be recovered for any kind of maintenance or things like that. And to my knowledge, it can stay in the water as long as it's working and making sense for our plan. So as long as the sites are close enough together, we can keep moving along, and we might actually conduct the longest Hercules dive on this expedition. But Dan and Tim, do you have anything to add on that? Is there kind of like a limit to that sort of pushing the envelope in terms of how long the vehicles can be in the water?
No. I've, in the commercial world, I've done 4-week, 6-week long jobs where I never saw the ROV. Got on the boat, got off the boat. Obviously, I came there in either a helicopter or a crew boat. But, they can, in theory, stay down indefinitely. They're not. It's not like they're going to run out of gas.
Yeah.
But 200 hours is it's at that number we're knocking up against our planned maintenance activities, and just like, you know, with a car, you have to change your oil every so many thousand miles. And it's, yeah, we like to flush our thruster bearings at the most we'll go there is 200 hours.
That makes sense.
Go ahead, Bridge.
Yeah, stand by, TJ, talking to the bridge. Yeah, we see it, thank you. What'd she say she's doing?
She's going to try another DP computer.
Roger.
What are they looking at on the back deck?
The same thing we're looking at, the wire touching.
Okay.
Here, use this so it doesn't screech.
Go ahead, TJ. Negative, I don't want to move it at the moment. It's just now touching. We've been monitoring it, and we're trying to deal with it up here. Yeah, roger. Roger. Is there any blue paint on it? Yeah, yeah. I would have to be in contact there for hours for it. Did anything we'd have to worry about? Roger, thanks for looking. So you asked earlier why we hadn't done 2 knots before?
I think we've got our answer.
Roger.
So back to 1.
No.
1.5.
No, so what happened there is we've done this many times before. We asked the boat to do something that is beyond our normal operating procedures, and sometimes we're successful, sometimes sorry. Sometimes we're successful, sometimes we have to try a couple times before we figure it out, but you know, it's part of ocean exploration. You never know until you try, and sometimes you have to have some failures to learn from those and then figure out a different way to approach it. As long as you don't have any, what do they call it when Starship explodes? A rapid, unplanned rapid,
Decompression?
no, disassembly.
Yeah.
They have an acronym for it. But,
Atalanta's swaying under us and down to 75. Do you want to pick it up again? Are you happy there?
I'm happy at the moment. We're doing like, she's dealing with some DP computer issues up there, it sounds like. And I don't think it actually had anything to do with 2 knots. It was sounded like DP gremlins.
Once the ship gets settled out, are we planning to go back to 1 knot, or what's the consensus here?
No, I think she's Martinez determined to.
Determined to try it too?
Yeah, she hasn't said otherwise, and we haven't delayed that.
Okay, roger.
Yeah, a lot of the technology on this system, on this winch, it was, and on Hercules is achieved through trial and error. Try something that doesn't work, make improvements, and try it again. We were discussing the other day, Hercules is, the original Hercules, I think, was built in turn of the century.
About that?
Yeah, around there. And
2005 maybe is when we have the first, when I have the first data of it.
yeah, Mark actually built it. Mark and Todd Gregory. But there's the captain down on there on the deck talking to TJ now. I've started another storm. Much discussion.
At least one per watch.
Yeah, apparently so. It can't get them. The sheave would have to depart from the A-frame.
Yeah.
It is, the sheave is about the same vintage. But we were discussing so we've done many upgrades to Herc over the years, and we were discussing what is still original left on Hercules. Like we're down to the list of what hasn't been replaced is definitely less than a dozen. It's like 6 or less probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ROV Theseus.
Yeah. And some of the components on there were custom made for Hercules because it was a bit of a pioneer in its day, 4,000 meters. Everyone thought they were crazy. Back then, 3,000 meters was the kind of the standard. It is now indeed 4,000 meters, so they were ahead of their time. A lot of the components were custom made, 6,000 meters. But for example, one of the original things on there is the titanium bottle. It's 4,000 meter rated. Very beautiful piece of titanium.
That thing's non-trivial. That's probably the largest deep sea bottle I've seen.
Indeed. It's right up there.
No Alvin sphere, but
Yeah, the Perry vehicles have some longer ones, but they're not as big of a diameter. Static. Are you going to try that again, Captain? She's ignoring me now. Yeah, Roger. Thanks for trying. We appreciate it. It gave TJ something to do. He was bored. So that's back to 1 knot. Plus or minus a few tenths.
Yup.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I gave it the old college try.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The weather is up a little bit. So I just spoke with the captain and she said due to the weather. So we're up around 15 knots, which is not insignificant for big ship. So she needs to keep her nose into the breeze. What do you get on the Doppler? Just out of curiosity. Does it work while we're underway?
Probably. Let's see. .4. Yeah.
That's not insignificant either.
That's a little, I mean, significant.
To the west.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Nautilus has basically a half a knot current that it's bucking. It's pushing into the current.
Yeah.
We're going like southwest and the current is
Yeah.
to the west.
Yeah.
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 Well, the gods aren't favoring us. If the current was going the other way, we'd be 1.5 knot, no problem. Oh, did you see that flying fish? Look at them, they're hitting the back of the boat. Ow, that's gonna hurt.
Oh. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Must be
Yeah.
running from something.
Yeah, the tuna might be, or the squid might be feeding there in the lights from the A-frame. Looks like a squid there. You can see him jamming around under there.
So back to the conversation earlier about Herc and all of its parts being kind of changed out. Someone asked, once every last bit has been changed, will it be renamed? And to my knowledge, that's not what we do. Typically, it would
A centuries-old question, really.
The ROV of Theseus.
it would maintain its name, and you know, for example, the HOV Alvin, it has been completely transformed from its original parts and make, but it still maintains its name.
Oh, look at them go! They're crazy.
Bonk.
Oh man! Sorry, we're being entertained
By the flying fish.
Yeah, there's just tons of them. Jacob, your wire cam's not. It needs
I added it to the multi-viewer.
needs the lens cleaned.
All right.
Needs the lens cleaned.
I'll add it to the list.
There and clean it?
I don't know how many times I have to tell you, Dan. I'm staying at my station.
Yeah, you want me to do it? You might lose me for a few minutes because I stand there laughing at that. I think the flying fish are hilarious. They remind me
Bonk.
of they somehow remind me of my chickens. Don't ask me why that is. Sorry, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so we affectionately sometimes call, for example, the original Titan manipulator that was made by Schilling. Then there was the Titan 2 and the Titan 3, and then the current model is the Titan 4. For a while we had the Titan 2.5. And we sometimes say we now have, you know, Herc 1.3 or 1.5, kind of like software revs. But that's unofficial between us chickens. But they do that with vessels, right?
Like the Falcor also.
Yeah, the Falcor too.
The
Falcor
Falco
also.
also. That's how I call it.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, so that was a good question. Should we call it Herc 2 at some point?
Yeah, do it like software people. Never increment the big number, only increment the small numbers.
Why do software people do that?
If it's a major version, you have to commit to it being stable or something.
No, so the way that it works is you have 3 digits. Last digit means a bug fix. Middle digit means you've added a feature. If you increment that, you've added a feature, but it's backwards compatible. Major version means that you don't guarantee backwards compatibility.
So 1.2.1,
Oh, I didn't know that.
Is a bug fix.
That's interesting.
1.2.1, the point, yeah, 1.2.0 to 1.2.1 means you did a bug fix.
A bug
I
fix.
see.
You didn't add any features. 1.2.1 to 1.3.1 is you've added a new feature. And version 2.0 is you've either rewritten it or made major changes that break backwards compatibility.
So there may or may not be breaking changes, like in the
That's
case
right,
of
yeah.
Home Assistant,
Yeah.
which some of us have been running that for a
Yeah.
while.
Sometimes minor versions
Complained.
will like have issues, but like you're not supposed to like remove features and or whatever that people might be using.
Not supposed to.
Yeah, I mean,
You didn't know that, May?
I don't think anyone ever told Adobe about that whole not removing features thing.
I did know the first number being not backwards compatible, but I didn't know the.
I mean, there's a couple
features
different
in
there's a
bug
couple
fix.
different standards, but that's a common one.
Yeah, that one I did know, but I didn't know the difference between added features and bug fix.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of that. I just thought it was some random number that some software person came up with.
But it's nice to know that that those numbers do mean something.
Yeah.
So given that, I wonder what what number Hercules we're at, and how we would define backwards compatibility or.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
funny,
If we're defining it that way, we're on 45 or something, probably.
No, we're still, so
No, we could still be 0.99 something.
That's true. If the first number is 0, it means you're in pre-alpha and all bets are off. You can break anything you want at any time.
Not
No,
committed to stable version.
Yeah.
we're still definitely 1 point something. So the major upgrades that we've done on Hercules was the big one since I've been around is the frame swap. So, and we basically had to, you know, put a pretty tight leash on the design engineer, Ruben Mills, by the way, who has worked here and SLI and Ropos, brilliant engineer. But we had to put a very tight leash on him because he's very creative, and we had to design the same frame so we could literally take everything off of Herc and bolt it onto a new frame. So we brought the new frame in, set it next to Hercules, and started unbolting stuff and bolting it on the new frame. There was some small changes there and some definite improvements. For example, the porch and the manipulator mounts, and the bumpers. Herc has, you remember the old Herc had that kind of brow that was designed for doing archaeology on a shipwreck. So this one looks a little more traditional. Still has the brow, but has more, I call them the antlers or the TIE fighter bars. So that would have been a 1 point something, like a 1.1 to a 1.2. Some of the other significant upgrades we've done, of course, are we have 2 brand new manipulators on the front of Hercules. along when we did the manipulator, we replaced the old valve packs for the hydraulics on both sides, which was also a major upgrade that required. The old valve packs had kind of like your lawn sprinklers. They had valves in them, and there was a discrete wire that went to each valve. So there's this huge bundle of wires that came from that main bottle to the valve pack. And the new valve packs have a board that's in them that's pressure tolerant. So all they need is power and telemetry. So we actually repurposed all the old wires that gave us and replaced them and the connectors, and that gave us a lot more input-output capability to Hercules main bottle. Those are probably the highlights. What am I missing? Oh, the octans. So the original octans was made in 2000. It's a 6,000 meter octans. There was only 2 of those made. So Woods Hole had a newer one. We were able to get the new one from Woods Hole. So how would modifications fall in there? Would that be like a bug fix, a point, a double decimal point, something? How do you do that in the software world?
Say again, what?
If you do a modification, is that like, because we've done tons of mods to Herc.
Yeah, mod would be minor version.
So that would be a 0.01 or 0.02.
Yeah.
Like a 1.2.0 to 1.2.1.
Second digit, yeah.
Yeah. So what happens when you get to 1.2.9 and you do another?
You go to 10. It's not a decimal, it's just a separator, so.
What do you mean you go to 10? So 1.2.9 wouldn't be 1.3.0?
No. It'd be 1.10. Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. 1.10.0.
I don't get it.
You can have a 0.10. 0.10 is more than 0.9 in this particular instance.
Yeah.
But how does that work? Oh, you put a decimal in there.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. So it would be 1.2.10.
Yeah.
Ah,
Flying fish are still going at it right into the stern.
they're going crazy down there.
It is, of course, slightly left to the designer of the given software project. People do other things like just increment some part of a number or add a digit of pi every revision.
You know, I don't think those are flying fish. I think they're just really stupid fish because I don't see their like little glide wings being up, and they look like thicker than the ones I've been seeing at the bow while we're moving. Maybe they're just dumb. You can kind of see them moving below the surface too.
No, I saw their wings.
All right.
Hey, TJ, you got a copy? Yeah, have a look over the stern there. The flying fish are just going crazy.
They stop as soon as he looks.
Can you, they go quiet for a second, then they go crazy. Can you see what's down there? Is that squid causing them to go crazy?
There's like little black squid on the surface with the flying fish there as well.
Squid and flying fish?
Yeah, roger. Thanks. TJ is a maniac. He has been up since 4 or 5 o'clock this morning.
There they go.
Should I put him on the big screen? So the background.
How great would it be if one of just came up and smacked TJ?
That happens.
Full on Monty Python situation, like.
It also kind of looks like the camera in my chicken coop. The lens is never clean.
All right, I get it. We need to wipe down the lens.
I try to get Granny to clean it when she goes out to collect eggs every day, but...
Oh yeah, I see their wings now. You see them on the surface.
It would have been easier to see the
too.
wings if the lens was clean, probably, though.
No, there's one to the right of the line. You can see his wings out in the water.
Okay, I understand. It's on the list.
I can go do it, so, you know, just sitting here. Working my jaw muscles.
This is nuts.
Don't you have a minion, Jacob, you could send down there?
I do not.
Isn't Dave on call 24 hours a day?
I don't think so.
I have Dave's number. Do you want to call him, Dan?
Yeah, I can text him.
I think he might be sleeping.
Yeah, he's had a rough couple of days.
He has.
I think we all have stomach bug, or more likely we're just getting used to the local microbes. And what do you think, May?
What do I think about
You're the
what?
scientist in the room. Are you a scientist back there? Yeah, there's like a bunch of us are.
Are you asking about the fish or your stomachs?
The alleged bug. So there's been a bunch of. We're on a boat,
squid.
right? And there's a lot of things we call boat rumors around here. So one of the things that started this is one of our more smart alecky team members is on the beach right now with DRIX, and he sent a picture in the team chat holding up the local paper with in big block letters that said diarrhea. And that's all he sent, and we're like, what? So I had to get online and find the newspaper. There's a rotavirus going around on the island.
There's a lot of fish now.
But some people have like, so my tummy's been torn up for a couple of days, but I haven't had any fever. And
Go ahead, Bridge.
You know, I think there's a mix of things going on. Everyone's flying from different places, and it's not uncommon to get a cold
That's
or
good.
something
All right,
like that.
we're good with it. Main engine.
roger that.
It's getting real Dan up in here now.
And that might cause Nav Daddy to come up here.
Oh, for sure.
And hopefully he's sleeping.
On the left, there's a long, skinny fish, like a pipe fish or something.
It's getting dangerous up here.
Yeah. Gonna go out with a bang. Sorry, May, that was the bridge calling. Oh, you can see the...
Sorry, that's definitely takes priority to answering your question about tummy problems.
Well, we have a couple of the team members have been down pretty hard, and so...
Yeah, but there's been different, you know, some people seem to have just cold-like symptoms, and I think that's just, you know, due to traveling, and we're all coming from different places, and
yeah, all over the planet, so...
Yeah, and everyone's being really mindful, and but stomach bugs can go around. It's happened before on other ships, and definitely on land as well. It's hard to say exactly the origin of it, but...
The challenging thing aboard a ship, several challenging things, but it's not like I can call in sick to work, you know, I'm already here. And we're eating meals with a lot of people every day. We're all touching the same handrails, going up and down the same stairs. And all my all the ROV team is in here touching the same mice and the same controllers, and we're in very tight quarters.
Well, there's some, I'm sure this is riveting for our viewers, but feel free to Clorox wipe anything. There's wipes at the entry and sanitizer, and
That stuff's bad for you.
it's bad for you, but maybe in a moment like this, it's helpful.
Lesser of two evils.
I'm neurotic about using good old soap and water.
Yeah, I can understand.
But I have hit the hand sanitizer pretty hard in the last couple days, and I slack off on my washing my hands every time I go from one area to the other. It gets old. Dave's feeling better though, that's a good note, and so is Mike, so I'm part of the team. Sarah's still not 100%. Oh my gosh, look at that, it's crazy. Look at all that white water. That's got to be like a whale shark.
So we have
or jet whale.
We have an interesting question coming in. If any new wrecks are identified during this expedition, what is the process of communicating and identifying them to the nation that owned the vessel so that that nation can mark it and save it as a historical site, as a grave site, as a cultural site, and I think so. Most of the wrecks that we're looking at are Japanese and U.S. ships, and we have partnerships with both sides, and definitely we're communicating freely and in collaboration. So all of that information will definitely be shared. Hiroshi, do you want to share a little bit about what your work is like back on land when you're not on the ship?
Yeah, so if we have a, I identify like site, yeah, of course we have to survey to identify, and probably if it's a U.S. ship, probably we have to report to Frank and then the institution. But in case of a Japanese ship, like we don't have any kind of procedure. Probably if there's any human remain or something, probably Japanese, health, Ministry of Health would like to, inform about, human remains. But we don't really claim our, position of the shipwreck. Especially we had unconditional surrender, so which include, giving up all the weapons, after the war. So it's very tricky, and probably Solomon Island, government itself want to know about, shipwreck and then potential, environmental hazard or, such, things. So probably it goes to some process, and then different case by case, and then, different institution.
Yeah, I know there's a really moving and remarkable amount of collaboration across Japan and the U.S., despite the fact that we're in a location where these were former enemies. There's times have changed, and there's a lot of collaboration from historical and archaeological perspectives. Our other expert on the ship, Frank, was sharing about his connections with some historians from Japan that were freely sharing sites so that they could be archived in the U.S. Naval History archives and vice versa. So just like scholars in other scientific disciplines, there's a lot of collaboration across borders and working together around the world. So on the ship, as well as off the ship, we have, I think, around 200 experts or scientists and archaeologists and historians ashore who are connecting with us and sharing their expertise, as well as an additional 6 experts who are linked in with us and can talk with us live when we're on REX.
May I add a comment about U.S.-Japanese relations?
Say that again?
May I add a comment on U.S.-Japanese relations?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Please.
for y'all viewers who don't know, I live in, I'm an American, but I live on Yokosuka Naval Base, which is in Japan, south of Tokyo, and it's a joint force base, so we have both American and Japanese ships that go there, and a lot of the guard around the base is Japanese, and I just think it's cool to see that, 80 years ago, we were, bombing and killing each other, but now, we're best friends and have bases all over the country that we share. And
What's that?
I think it's cool to see how we can progress from our previous.
Let's come up to that.
I don't know what the word is, but
political
previous
differences,
yeah,
perhaps, yeah.
and to come together for our joint good, and it's just I like seeing that.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially seeing the Japanese subs on our base, that's pretty cool.
There's Nav Daddy.
What's going on? Papi Navigante.
Those two are going to take over this boat. They are.
Who, TJ and Nav Daddy?
Yeah. They
So
do a lot of work on this boat.
some of our viewers are wondering what is jumping out of the water, and that has been entertaining, especially our ROV operators.
We're easily entertained.
Quite a lot.
Sometimes not, but
Those are flying fish. They're attracted to the surface. There's some squid there, and
That's
squid
Pavel, isn't
are
it?
really attracted to light,
It's not
so that those kind of
Nav
bright
Daddy?
lights are probably attracting the squid, and yeah. We also have a viewer tuning in who says, "Hello, my name is Sophie, and I wanted to know if you've seen an octopus." We have not seen an octopus on this.
Actually, I think I did.
Did you on
this morning when we were going lower? It was either this morning or last night. I don't remember when it was. Time has ceased to function. But no one mentioned it, but I do think I saw an octopus just right in the corner as we were going by, but we didn't stop and observe.
Nice.
So potentially, and definitely as an overall, yes, we have seen an octopus.
Yeah, I mean, Hercules and the teams on Nautilus have seen many, many octopus over the years. There's lots of really cool videos, but yeah, that's neat to know that on this dive we've seen one too, or perhaps Jacob spotted one.
you know it would be an interesting question. What's the deepest you've ever seen an octopus? Deepest depth?
Ooh, I'm not sure.
That's a good question.
How deep do they go?
Pretty deep.
That's pretty deep.
Wow, man.
We were doing a mineral survey in Izina Cauldron off of, I think we left from Okinawa, I think, somewhere. And that octopus was probably the deepest I've ever seen. I can't recall the depth, but we see them on close to 3,000 meters all the time. We're doing the Cable Observatory at LNC in British Columbia as well.
So I've just done a little search. As of 2020, the deepest recorded octopus was at 6,960 meters.
6,000 meters.
So around 4.3 miles, and that was in the Indian Ocean. So it was in the Hadal Zone, which is quite cool.
I didn't realize they go that deep.
And it was a Dumbo. It's a Dumbo octopus.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was 5 years ago, so it's possible there's been another one, but that was one of the first things I found. So our target time kind of keeps jumping around a little bit. What?
Well, because we're...
I know we're changing, we're not like consistent speed, but...
it would be maybe an hour if we can actually get up to 2 knots.
Okay. So there's more octopus questions coming in about the depth range of an individual octopus. So there's several different octopus species. I'm not sure how many. I'm not an octopus expert, but the common octopus typically is around 100 to 200 meters, living in that sort of range of depth. The octopus that we were just talking about, the Dumbo octopus, is one we've seen quite a few times with Nautilus. There's some really nice highlight videos that I bet Jacob has published, and those can live around 2,000 or 3,000 meters to 7,000 meters depth. They're some of the deepest living octopuses. And there's the giant Pacific octopus, which is normally a bit more shallow, in up to like 300 meters, but can get down to a couple thousand. And there's plenty other octopuses out there. I'm not sure all their depth ranges, but yeah, they each have found their ecological niche in different depth ranges and have their own limits. And I think it varies depending on the environments that they're living in.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that's why. Home entertainment system right here.
Exactly.
All right, here he goes.
Does somebody have a radio to tell him that he's not done yet?
We have this work.
No.
Tell him to get some water on that thing.
It's a bit better. Maybe one more time. Around the edges, it's still pretty dirty. You're also getting commentary up here from video on your cleaning job, just so you know.
Yeah, blame Jacob.
Deck control, you missed a spot.
Housekeeping.
That'll do, Dan.
Let's see if he's
That'll do.
satisfied when he comes back.
Oh, y'all missed it. He just did some baton twirling action for us.
We have a viewer who asked why the camera was cleaned with cauliflower. Jacob, would you like to describe the cleaning apparatus that
I
was?
love these viewers.
Yeah, that cauliflower it's just a mop. It's just a type of mop. It's quite nice for reaching lenses that are in such difficult to reach spaces as, you know, in that transom right over the deck, or trying to clean the bow camera, which is, you know, 15, 20 feet in the air. Maybe not quite that high. That's a bit of an exaggeration. In the air, hard to reach. So it lets us reach places that would otherwise require ladders or other, implements.
Nice. We have another viewer that also asked, their name is Danny, and the question is about whether or not on our ship we have to do daily exercises together to stay fit and in shape. And to my knowledge, Hiroshi, you can correct me, but I believe on Japanese vessels that is something that is done, that there are daily, or that's what I've been told by colleagues who have been on Japanese vessels,
Oh, really? Okay.
that there's a kind of like a sound
pretty
that goes
high there,
off
Tim.
and everybody does a...
Oh, we have a kind of radio.
150 meters up.
How can I say? Yeah, it's
We're
kind of
150 meters
radio
up.
exercise or something. Yeah. It's kind of like a, when you wake up and then,
I mean, that's fine.
kinda like a
As we get closer to stuff that we actually want to see, we're going to have to
the kind of very light,
not do that.
exercise
Copy that.
we
Yeah,
have.
I've fully lost out.
Maybe that is, the
So-
ship in the Japanese ship company. Maybe warrant for employee, kind of, before they start, be safe,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
take
Maybe.
Jen out of
I'm not
here.
sure, but probably, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's what I understood. Every ship is different and kind of reflects the culture of those who are running it. So, having been on U.S. ships and French ships and heard about Japanese ships, they're all really different culturally, and even if the operations and kind of goals might be similar, some of the shipboard culture is a little bit different.
What flag does Nautilus fly under again? I kind of forgot.
Does somebody remember?
I want to say Greece, but I feel like
No,
that's
it's
not
not
It's
Greece.
not Greece, but I can't remember
It's
the
a
specific ones.
Caribbean island.
That's what it is? Okay.
I thought St. Vincent, right?
Yeah, St.
St.
Vincent
Vincent
and the Grenadines.
Yep.
There was a time where we were in the Caribbean, and before that we were in the Mediterranean. But yeah,
Gotta get all 7 seas ticked off the list on this one.
yeah.
Has Nautilus ever been on a Arctic mission?
No,
Or
the
is
ship.
she not built for that?
Yeah, the ship is not really equipped for that. Those kind of conditions. We've done work with Ocean Networks Canada, which is, to my knowledge, kind of as far north as we go. So offshore, like British Columbia, on in that area, it can get pretty stormy and cold, but definitely it's not an Arctic mission.
K2 nav cheese kept the same zoom level for the last little bit, right?
Has what?
It's kept the same zoom level, right?
What do you mean?
You haven't zoomed in or out?
No.
Because our layback is substantial now. You can compare it to
Yeah.
where we were before. The ship's barely on the map.
We've doubled our speed.
That's how we got up to 150 meters.
Yeah.
We were, I think, mostly stationary when I brought it up to 100. So someone probably knows the exact distance that the Atalanta altitude stops giving useful data, but it's somewhere between 100 and 150
That
meters,
altitude is not
like.
this altitude. No, we're like 200 meters off the ground now. NORBIT is like barely seeing anything.
Is that target time of 50 minutes? Would you say that's kind of accurate, Chris?
Is that what it says on there on HiPAC right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be pretty close.
Yeah. Okay.
We're going to slow down as we approach the targets, though.
Sounds good. Yeah. So, we are heading. Our next target should be in about an hour. We'll be there.
We're 200 meters up. Yeah, well, we kited out. We got to let some cable out if you guys want to see the seafloor. Or if you want to play it safe and stay high. I don't know. All right. Lots, yeah. You have enough to swing in? Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean, yeah. Okay, but we'll have to slow down way early then to...
Sorry, I can hear you better through these.
I forget our exact speed when we brought up to 100, but it was sub 1 knot.
Her course is 202. It won't zoom out. There it goes. Wrong way. Forward is out. 202 the right way to Mosey? What's that? Yeah, processing. That thing won't zoom out anymore. Maybe it's because of the auto center. I'll go down and have a look.
200 meters.
So we're just moving into a watch change here. So we'll have a few moments to do a turnover to the next watch team and then continue on. We're about an hour away from our next target, an unknown site that was recently mapped.
to 12. That looks good. I don't believe this number at all because it's so variable. So
No, yeah, we're not reading anything off. You're catching me, yeah, on this? You hear me, yeah?
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Yeah, I'm streamed out to the northeast. Not that I have a choice, but you're southwest. I'm just talking all through it all for myself. Yeah, we're way up in the water column. What's expected bottom, or I guess? Oh, the thing dancing up. Oh, okay.
That might be. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you have to take in our angle as well. So that's 600 meters wire out, but then with our angle, we're obviously higher as well off the seabed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah. You're deeper than I am. I guess I could.
Yeah. Yeah. You see the.
Yeah. Just sailing out
there.
Yeah. He's got a.
Yeah, you're 12 meters above me there.
He's got a joy gain Z-bias combo here. He's going up though. No, I was talking about.
Yeah, you're above me. You're 12 meters up. Yeah. All right, so you're yeah, you're
Uh-oh, Octomapper has died unexpectedly.
I just saw that. It's ominous.
Not Octomapper.
Just died.
Unexpectedly.
Lila, what screen is that?
That is a Rosproc.
Roger, thank
Bottom
you.
right
Where were you
somewhere.
pointing at? Sorry.
Should be on the bottom right, yeah. Daniel, for those listening in, do you want to give a brief description of what we're doing right now?
Absolutely, thank you, Lila. So good evening, everyone. If you just joined us, welcome. We are on the second dive of our NA-173 expedition aboard EV Nautilus to the Solomon Islands, mapping and characterizing the maritime archaeology surrounding Guadalcanal and Iron Bottom Sound. This dive that we're up today started about 36 hours ago, and we launched the vehicles on the wreck of the USS Astoria and did a nice survey over there. Spent about 8 hours mapping and imaging this wreck that was sunk in 1942 of the Savo Island. After surveying that wreck in detail, we moved the vehicles to a nearby site, the wreck of another heavy cruiser, the sister ship USS Quincy, which we also were able to map and image mostly in detail. So that was an interesting survey in that there's a lot of rope around the bridge, and so there was a section of the bridge that we were not able to get to around basically the area between the bridge and the front of the ship. There was just so much rope. But we did do some nice photo mosaicing going from the bridge all the way down to the stern, across the port side, and then the starboard side as well. And then after finishing that survey, we kept the vehicles down and started moving to the southwest across the seafloor. And we're towed over a pretty large distance. We are now close to 4 nautical miles away from that target. And we're transitioning into a different part of exploration. So in addition to the work that we're doing here on EV Nautilus, we have our colleagues from the University of New Hampshire Center of Coastal Ocean Mapping. They have set up a station.
Both vehicles are coming up. If you want to tell them.
Give it 1 second.
Hey, Daniel, sorry. We're just bringing the vehicles up closer to the ship until we can figure this out.
Roger that. I'll just stand by.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Norbit's going
That's
away for a
okay.
little bit.
Sounds good.
Octomapper.
So for our viewers, just stand by while we're getting set up here, and then we'll continue with an explanation of today's survey, so just stand by.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of drag, right? Yeah. Not to mention the squall. Right. Yep. I gotcha. Makes sense. Yeah.
Our final NORBIT beams.
Oh no. I am.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on it now.
We don't have to be. Well, actually, we are still making progress towards that target. This is in preparation for our next move.
Roger that.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be time lost or anything. It's just that, because we've been going a knot the whole time after their 2 knot excursion.
Deck go for control.
2-5.
Copy.
You go with that?
2-5-I.
2-5.
Sorry, Daniel. I should have kept you in a loop a little earlier.
No worries.
I don't like this Grafana payout reader. There used to be a video that had it on.
Oh, like from the LCI 90?
I'm like distrustful of the browser.
Mystery numbers?
Yeah. I still look at those, like the Hercules, not the browser.
Nav, is it possible to just get a quick range to target 3, just an estimate?
Yeah, we are, I'll put it in meters because we're getting close. We're 1,200 meters away, which at our current speed is about 35 minutes to target.
Roger that, thanks.
Yep.
It's still there, Rennie. It's just a little hard to read.
Oh, is it?
It's in the
And
gauge,
Daniel,
the winch gauge
if
camera.
you pulled up
It's hard to
HyPack
read,
survey, we've got the time
That's
right
right.
there.
I knew what you were talking about.
Yeah.
What's the...
I don't think it's got anything on it. Yeah. It's a table. That used to work, and then it didn't. And then so there's a readout on the one that's in the winch room. That's we have a video on, but it's kind of like hard to see. So they seem to be satisfied with this. But I still keep the little thing in front of me when I'm over there.
Where's our little strip of pink stuff that used to be in the winch room?
What was that?
So where's our little strip of pink stuff that used to be in the winch room, the little blowing in the wind thing, to be like, this frame
Oh yeah,
is
there was
still
like
real.
the washer. Also, there was like a
Yeah,
washer
right.
hanging that would hang back and forth. One of the like many winch cams, one of them we called winch future because the other ones were delayed, but that one, so it made it seem like that one was happening in the future. I got an intern with that because I was like, the way that they were lined up, it was like kind of obscured, and I was like purposely pointing at this one, but I was looking at that. I was like, yeah, what you're going to see is Hannaford's going to walk in front of there. He might go up there. He might look for a second to his left, and then he's going to like, whoa, wow, you guys have this thing dialed. Winch future. Yeah.